Breaking NFL shockwave. The Las Vegas Raiders are staring at a war in their own locker room, with veterans like Stefon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, and Tyreek Hill all suddenly in play. But the real question isn't who they signed. It's whether this young Raiders offense is already on the verge of collapsing before week one even kicks off.
Adam, I know they're excited about bringing Jalen Naylor in free agency, but that is a young group that doesn't have a lot of experience. Are you hearing anything about the Raiders and veteran wide receivers?
Well, I don't think that they're pressing for him, but it certainly wouldn't be a surprise. And Hawk brings up Stefon Diggs. But you take a look at the wide receivers out there right now. Clearly, they're not getting the money they want. But it is a decorated group. And yes, there's age and injury question marks. But think about some of the names at the free agent position who are now available. Stefon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Ayuk is trying to talk his way out of San Francisco, Keenan Allen. There are a lot of high-profile wide receivers on the street. So if the Raiders decide that they want to go add one, there's certainly no shortage of all these players who are just waiting to see if they could try to get more money before they come back.
Franco in Texas on a beautiful landline, which we greatly appreciate. It's so rare. Win-loss game for his Las Vegas Raiders. What happens in the opener against the Dolphins?
Oh, yeah, we're going to come out with a dub.
Okay, 1-0 at the Chargers.
The Chargers in L.A.?
Yes, sir.
You know, we haven't won in L.A., so I'm going to have to take that L on that one.
Okay, at the Saints.
You know, our boy Derek Carr isn't there anymore, so that's a dub.
2-1, home for the Chiefs.
Versus the Chiefs?
Yes, sir, at home.
Mahomes, he might still be a little bit, a little hurt or something like that coming back, so we'll take that dub.
3-1 at the Patriots.
You know we always beat the Patriots. That's another dub.
4-1, home for the Bills.
Okay, so my best friend Weston is a big Bills fan. Shout out to him. His birthday is coming up here in a bit, but he's going to have to take that L.
5-1, home for the Rams.
So the Rams,
yes,
we're going to take that L.
Okay.
We're going to take that L.
All right, but you're 5-2 at this point at the Jets.
Rich,
okay,
I'm going to have to give this to you.
To me?
We always lose to the Jets, too, somehow, some way. So that's going to be another L.
I have different memories, but I hear you. 5-3 at the Niners.
I'm going to be at that game. It's going to be a war zone, and we're going to win.
6-3, home for the champion Seahawks. You're a head coach against the team you coordinated for.
You know, I think their offense is going to take a drastic fall off, so we're going to take that dub.
That's taking a dub. At the Broncos at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 at the Broncos. This might be for first place.
Attaboy.
What do you got?
We're gonna go ahead and take an L on this one.
Okay, 7-3 at the Browns.
This is another trap game. We're gonna lose this one.
7-4. You have a bye. Now you're off the bye. Home for the Chargers.
So this is interesting. I think at this bye we may have to put in another quarterback. So I see O'Connell coming in with another big dub.
Okay. Boy, that's a plot twist right there. I didn't see coming. You're 8-4, home for the Broncos.
We're gonna win this one.
9-4, home for the Titans.
We're gonna win that one.
My goodness gracious. You're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-4, home for the at the Cardinals.
We don't fall for any traps anymore. We're gonna win this one.
At the Chiefs.
And that's going to be a clean sweep on the Chiefs.
Okay, then get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're only beating good teams.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-5.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 12-5.
And losing to the Browns and the Jets.
Franco in Texas. Hey,
oh, yeah.
Franco, this is with the ultimate of respect, I say this to you. Your bosses have sniffed you out. If the Raiders finish 12-5, Franco in Texas goes in the Hall of Fame.
Raiders win total 5.5.
So he just doubled it. He had him sweeping the Chiefs.
And losing to the Jets.
Yeah.
I mean, 12-5.
By the way,
wins the
Jets
West.
Always
right?
go out to. They always went out to Oakland and lost. So I don't know if it's different with the Vegas Raiders coming east.
The Raiders are 15-1 to win the West.
This is not a rumor anymore. This is a warning siren echoing through Las Vegas. The Raiders are standing at the edge of a full-scale offensive explosion or a complete internal collapse before Week 1 even begins. Because inside that locker room, something is quietly turning dangerous. A young wide receiver room, inexperienced, unstable, and suddenly surrounded by the ghosts of superstar veterans like Stefon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, and Tyreek Hill being whispered into the conversation. This is where NFL seasons don't begin, they fracture. And the real question burning through the league right now is not who the Raiders will sign. It's whether this offense is already mentally breaking apart under pressure it can't even handle yet. Las Vegas didn't just build a roster, they built a situation that could implode from within. But this storm didn't come out of nowhere. It started with a market full of superstar receivers suddenly available and nobody willing to pay the price. Look at the names floating in the air right now and understand how abnormal this situation is. Stefon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, Brandon Ayuk, Keenan Allen. That's not a free agency list. That's an all-pro museum of modern NFL dominance suddenly left waiting on the street. And the problem? It's not talent. It's age, injuries, contract expectations, and a league refusing to meet their price tag. One league voice put it bluntly, these guys are decorated, but they're expensive questions. Even more chaotic, teams like Las Vegas aren't actively chasing, but they also aren't shutting the door. Because when you have a young wide receiver group like the Raiders just brought in, including Jalen Nailor in free agency, the temptation to inject instant star power becomes impossible to ignore. But temptation in the NFL often leads to disaster. And that's where the tension begins. Because inside Las Vegas, the confidence is high, but the structure underneath might not be ready for reality. The Raiders are walking into the season with something dangerous. Not lack of talent, but lack of experience cohesion. A young receiving unit, new chemistry, no established hierarchy. And in the NFL, that combination doesn't stay stable for long. Jalen Nailor brings speed, upside, potential. But potential doesn't win locker rooms in Week 1. It wins headlines in October, or it disappears under pressure in September. Because when adversity hits, drops, losses, defensive adjustments, young groups don't just struggle. Young groups don't just struggle. They fracture communication. And that's where veteran presence becomes either a stabilizer or a disruption if added too late. This is the exact danger Las Vegas is flirting with right now. Do they trust development or do they panic for proven names? Either decision comes with consequences that could reshape the entire season. And while the internal picture raises alarms, outside voices are already turning this into a full-blown debate. Analysts are split, sharply split. One perspective says, don't panic. There's no urgency to force a signing. No need to overpay aging stars. No need to disrupt development. But the opposing voice? Much louder. Because when you look at available names, Diggs, Deebo, Tyreek, you're not talking about role players. You're talking about game changers waiting for a phone call. And the reality is uncomfortable. These players are not declining because of skill. They're declining in market value because of risk. Injuries, contract demands, off-field uncertainty. But in Las Vegas, risk has never stopped decision-making before. So the question becomes explosive. Do you gamble on youth, or do you gamble on greatness with expiration dates? And while analysts argue, fans are already writing the season script, and one prediction is shaking the entire AFC West conversation. Then comes the prediction that changes everything. A fan voice from Texas lays out a full Raiders season, game by game, win by win, loss by loss. And somehow, it becomes a story of dominance, chaos, and contradiction. He sees a 12-5 finish. Wins over contenders, splits against division rivals, beating teams like the Chiefs at home in dramatic fashion, surviving trap games against elite defenses, even absorbing losses to teams like the Jets and Browns in unexpected moments. It's not a clean prediction. It's a roller coaster. A season where the Raiders look unstoppable, and fragile in the same breath. And that's what makes it dangerous. Because a 12-5 ceiling suggests greatness, but the path there suggests instability hidden under every win. But not everyone buys into that ceiling. In fact, critics say the Raiders aren't climbing toward 12 wins, they're walking toward regression. Behind the optimism, there is skepticism growing louder. Because the NFL has seen this story before. Young offensive groups with hype, surrounded by uncertainty, expected to grow under pressure, only to collapse when early adversity hits. And the Raiders are now carrying that exact profile. No established WR1 identity, no proven veteran anchor, no guaranteed offensive stability. If the wrong injury hits, if chemistry breaks early, if the locker room tension rises, this isn't a 12-5 team. It becomes a team fighting just to stay relevant in November. And that's the razor edge Las Vegas is walking right now. And as training camp approaches, one final question remains, one that could define the entire franchise direction. Because this isn't just about roster construction anymore. It's about control. Control of the locker room, control of expectations, control of ego versus development. If Las Vegas stays with the young core, they bet on growth under fire. If they add a veteran star, they risk disrupting the balance before it ever forms. And somewhere between those two decisions lies either a breakout season or the beginning of another Raiders collapse narrative the league has seen before. Training camp will not be quiet. Week 1 will not be forgiving. And the locker room will not stay neutral for long. Because in the NFL, uncertainty doesn't wait. It attacks. And what happens next in Las Vegas might not just define their season, it might redefine the entire AFC West power structure.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.